Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of the Slingshot Chronicles on the Jester's lab. Today we're going to talk about... I just stepped in dog shit. Good start to the video. Today we're going to talk about catchboxes. When I started shooting slingshots, I used to shoot clay balls, and I used to shoot them total loss. Apart from the fact that I ended up with a gazillion clay balls around the yard, I also made a real mess of my wall, as you can see over here with all the clay balls hitting. So eventually I thought, well, this is a bit of a problem. I've got to create something to catch my ammo. So first thing I did was I strung up a rope between the two trees. I put a rag down, just like that, a blanket, thick woolen one, to catch the ammo. When eventually I started going to steel balls, it got a bit expensive, so I made one of these. This is catchbox. So the idea of it is you put your targets in it and you shoot away. Now, as you can see, this catchbox over here has seen better days. I've had it for a few years. It's got a few shots, but the basic idea is you hang a cloth there. What I do is I actually I'll grab this cloth and pull it out. One sec. Alright, so what I have here, I've got a cloth that's thrown over the line, right there, and I've also got like half a dozen old t-shirts that I hung in here. I've just got a string going across the back there just to hold everything in place, right? And then at the front, I've got a string up here, going through up here, which I usually use to get all my clips out of the way, like so. 3, 4. Then below it I got a steel rail. One sec, because I'm working one-handed here. Below it I got a steel rail. This one here. It's just a straightened out coat hanger, and I use that for my steel targets. Eventually I'm going to make a spoon out of this one. And the third one is a piece of stainless steel lock wire, which I put these kinds of targets on, which are 40mm. They're all competition standard 40mm, and I shoot them from 10 meters. So that's pretty much the idea of my old catchbox. I also use this carpet astroturf stuff, so if I get anything hitting the door, I won't get any bounces. I also put this chair over here with a garbage bag on it, like so, because I do sometimes get a few bouncers off this one. So that's my old catchbox. Now I've decided that it's time to make a new catchbox. I want it to be weatherproof. I don't want to make it out of timber. So here's what we're going to do. Got this drum here, which is, I believe it's a 20-litre drum or something, and we're going to make a catchbox out of that. As far as material is concerned for a catchbox, you got to make sure it's shatterproof. So if you're going to use a plastic, make sure it's HDPE. The recycling mark will have an O2 on it, a little recycling triangle. That stuff you can't kill. I've actually shot that drum already with a couple of big balls, a couple of 16mm steel balls, and they just bounce clean off it, which is a perfect material for a catchbox. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go get my tools and let's get started on making this thing, yeah? Alrighty, so here's our drum. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to mark an opening in it and draw it up with a texture marker. We'll try and make it as neat as possible. So I'm going to try and go as high as I can over here. Maybe start over there like so. Alright. I'm going to leave the curve on the catch box to give it strength on the corners. So I'm going to cut in from the face. I'll show you in a second what I'm going to do. Alright, so as you can see now, I've marked the opening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a knife and I'm going to cut that up like so. And that'll be our opening for the catch box. I'll get myself a knife back in a sec. Okay, so bit of cutting. I think I'll start with the Dremel, do the corners, and then go to the knife after that. So here goes. It's going to get a bit noisy. Sorry about that. Okay, the mandrel just came up. Let's do the rest with the knife, I guess. When I was talking about making knives, I mean, talk about making slingshots in episode 2. Let me turn the camera around because it's moved on me. This was the knife I was talking about. I believe it's an ex-Navy one or something. Date stamped 1958, so it's an old thing. But, as you can see, it makes fast work of the HDPE. I went off the line there a bit, but it's alright. It doesn't have to be perfect. And that's the base of the catch box. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a rag, because this seems like it had diesel in it. And if I get diesel on the ammo and then ammo on the bands, it will perish my rubbers. So I'll give it a good clean. I'll tidy it up. I'll tidy up the loose edges, and we'll get back and do the next step. So I'm going to clean it up as good as we can. Hard to get rid of old diesel, but as long as it's not wet inside and it won't get on the ammo, I don't really care if it smells like diesel as long as it's not wet. Okay, I think we're there. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a catcher curtain in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get a drill and drill a couple of holes. One here and one on the other side corresponding, so we can hang our curtain on it. The other catch box, I put it pretty much 3/4 of the way to the back. And what I found is when I was shooting things down low, it was hitting the back and bouncing back out of the catch box. That's why I had to put the chair to catch everything. So with this one, we're going to try to avoid that issue. I'll get a drill and I'll put a couple of holes in it, and then we'll go up and put a curtain on it, I guess. One sec, I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. Drill a hole here. A hole about the same height on the other side, so we're about 25 mil down from the neck, from the bowl, although this would not be level. Let's see how far above that seam it is. It's about 40 mil above that seam, which would put it over here. Drill bit slipped. Always the way, isn't it? When you're in the middle of a job, adversity rules supreme. What I'm going to do, rather than walk around trying to fix this, I'm going to whack another drill bit with it. Okay. So that's the 2 holes for the curtain. Now what we want to do is we want to hang two more holes in the front for our target. So what I'll do is I'll put one here. Just slightly lower than the curtain one, and another one on the other side in line with that edge there, just a bit in from that edge there. So I will place it about here and down a bit. Okay, so let me get some paracord and get a bit of paracord, and we'll tie the curtain up and put the targets in there. Okay, so we've got our paracord here. We did the old burn the edge. So now you're going to run the paracord, get a piece of paracord, make an ample height, ample length I mean. So that's a piece of paracord there. I can't find the knife, so I'll just burn it. There you go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a penny washer, or I only had one penny washer left, so I actually grabbed the 5-cent coin and drilled a hole in it. And put the penny washer, you put the paracord through the penny washer and get a nut. So tie the knot. Tie a knot in the nut. Like so. So then it looks something like that, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to feed it through the hole. First hole. Like so. And we're going to slip it out the hole on the other side. Give me a second to get it out and I'll spin the job around. Okay, we're going to drop the penny washer over here. I'll just put the penny washers there so the nut's not pushing against the plastic and it won't do any damage. Get the nut in there and we're going to tie this off. Now the idea is you try and collapse the drum a bit while you tie the knot in the nut. That way it comes out tight. So what I'll do is I'll get the knot started and make it loose. Alright, and then we're going to pull the string like so and tighten the knot. Oops, that's not really tight enough. So let's slip it along. So, once more with feeling, try and pull that there. Pull it towards us like so. And I need to slip this. Why did this nut slip out of the... Yeah, I need it to go through there, like that. It's a bit better, and it's still not right. Anyway, you just got to fiddle with it until you get it right. If that wire is not stretched, the weight of the rag on the inside once you put it in will sag your line. Bit fiddly. Alright, that's tight enough, I guess. So what we got here is the string right there. So let me go get my cloth. Okay, so you get a rag about that size, about twice the height of the actual catch box. Okay, and what we'll do is just grab it like this and pleat it in your hands like that. And you're going to grab it and you're going to throw it over the line you just installed, like so. I think I might have to change this and make it into wire. I'm not happy with the way that's sitting. So give me a second, I'll come back and get a bit of wire. Alright, so this was a bit of a fail. As you can see, it's a bit of distance there. Not much, but if I get the wire placed, so here's what we're going to do instead. Got a piece of coat hanger wire. We're going to straighten it up as much as we can. And we're going to see if that will poke through the hole. It sure will. I'm just going to straighten up the end of it, which I will do right now. Sorry I'm going off and on camera, but I just can't be bothered to stop it again while I'm looking for my gear. So, Leatherman, you can't beat old Leatherman, right? So, I'm gonna get a piece of coat hanger wire, I'm going to curl that in and squash it down like that. Alright, so now we're going to slip it through here. Pull this garbage up. And slip it over the other side. And that's much better. That's what we want. So, calculate where the cut needs to be, which is about here. That's coat hanger wire. Same thing as before, we're pushing here to make sure it sits right. I'll get this and we'll bend it around. Maybe the other way. Okay, that looks good. And we're going to get it sagging. So once again, I'll just get the rag. Fold it up. Pop it in the hole, over the railing, like so. There we go. Put it in the box. Now this time I'm not going to go with t-shirts at the back. I'm just going to leave it like that. That's the catch box done. So all I have to do now is get a piece of lock wire, which I will get, and hang it off here and here. And that'll give us a place to hang our targets off. So let me get some lock wire. Okay, so now we're hanging the target line in. I'm using 20 gauge stainless steel lock wire. I'll just put a knot on it, get my pliers and twist it on. This is just aircraft lock wire basically, stainless steel, so I can leave it out in the weather without any problems. I broke the tip of this Leatherman and it just has not been the same since I did that. Okay, so as we were doing with the paracord, we've got the nut on one side, we've got our penny washer, pop him in there. And run it through here, like so. Now what I do is I actually put these targets in here permanently. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then when I'm shooting something, I just slide them over to the side and I hang it in the middle on the line. So, pull that out through that hole there. Pop our penny washer on, like so. Oops. Get this. So, pop the penny washer in. Pop the nut in. Put the wire as close as you can up against the penny washer and twist the nut. Like so. And that will tighten your target line. It's rather tight. And we'll cut him off right there. tricking ourselves with it. And the very last thing, if this is not tight enough, you can get a clothes peg and put it in there between the nut and the washer. I'll show you how. Just like this. Just get a clothespin and you pop it in here. It will take up the slack. It's as tight as a guitar string. So having a look at that, I'm quite happy with the way that's sitting. And I think that catchbox is complete. So I'm going to set it up and I'm going to shoot a few rounds into it and see how it goes and see if I'm happy with it and what needs to be modified if we do need to modify something. The quality of the video from the catchbox area will not be as good because I actually use this crappy camera out there, so if I get a recoil I won't hurt my GoPros because I need them to keep the channel running. So excuse the drop in quality, but there's the brakes. I gotta be safe. Okay, so let me go set it up on my rack and we'll do a bit of shooting. Okay, so like they say, proof of the pudding is in the tasting. So I'm going to take 5 small shots, 5 big shots, and see how much ammo we lose and how much we hold. So here goes. Small rounds. Before I start, get a slingshot up. One. Three. 4. 5. Big rounds. I think we can safely say it's a successful project. See you next time on the Jester's Lab for episode 7, where we'll be talking about zeroing your slingshot, aiming and shooting. See you later. Just one final note before I upload is that I found that when I'm shooting really big ammo, like 15mm steel, the catchbox tends to walk back on the shelf. So here's a simple solution. Screw there, screw there, screw there, put the catchbox on, and now it can't go anywhere. See you next episode.